The purpose of this professional learning opportunity is to ensure alignment across the division regarding the expectations and accountability for implementing individualized education programs, or IEPs, for students with disabilities. As a classroom teacher and/or school staff member, this information will broaden your professional knowledge to ensure that you remain equipped to provide meaningful input in the development and implementation of a student's IEP. Some of you may be aware that a 5-year plan for the education of students with disabilities was developed last school year. Encompassed in this plan is a focus on providing professional development to general education teachers and school staff throughout the division. The specific learning targets are listed on this slide. Please take a moment and review them. When a disability is suspected by a school staff member or parent, a referral to the Special Education Committee, or SEC, must be made. As part of this committee, a representative from general education is required. This committee uses a comprehensive evaluation process if there is a suspicion of a disability. We have to ensure that all evaluations are completed and a decision about eligibility is made within 65 business days of the receipt of the referral. As an essential team member, this is your opportunity to share in the various ways noted in the slide. Your participation is critical as the committee must determine if there is an impairment, if the impairment adversely impacts the educational performance, and if the student requires specially designed instruction. The regulations governing special education programs in Virginia identify 14 disability categories for which a student can be found eligible. During the eligibility meeting held by the SEC, these categorical identifications will be considered. If you are unfamiliar with any of the disability categories or would like additional information, you can refer to the online modules we will discuss later in this presentation. The Individualized Education Program, or IEP, specifies the individual educational needs of the child and what special education and related services are necessary to meet the child's educational needs. The team determines what supports are needed based on input from all team members. Again, you are an important member of this team as it relates to ensuring that the student receives quality, specially designed instruction. What is specially designed instruction? Specially designed instruction, or SDI, means adapting the content, methodology, or delivery of instruction. Students with disabilities do not learn in the same manner as non-disabled peers. Students have been identified through the eligibility process as needing specially designed instruction because of their identified disability. The case manager must provide specially designed instruction specific to the student in order for them to access the curriculum. As a member of the IEP team, you may assist in developing the goals which require quality specially designed instruction. Additional information on specially designed instruction can be found on the online modules on the OPEC intranet site. Collaboration with staff is important. This is an opportunity to work as a team to ensure a student with a disability is receiving what they need. It is not solely the general education teacher that has a part in this. Security assistants, custodians, media specialists, and cafeteria workers all play a critical role. Everyone that comes in contact with a student with a disability has the opportunity to provide support, whether that is ensuring the student has a visual to put in his student ID to get lunch, or gets a high five when walking appropriately down the hallway. Everyone who teaches a student with a disability is responsible for ensuring the IEP is implemented, including accommodations and data collection. The special education case manager assigned to the student will assist you in ensuring you are implementing the IEP accurately. No one is perfect. If a mistake is made, the IEP team may need to meet to determine what are the next steps. Accommodations are created to provide the student with the needed supports to access the curriculum. They remove the barriers that can prevent a student from participating fully in day-to-day instruction and assessment. They are not created to provide more work on teachers, but they may require teachers to modify activities and assignments in order to comply with a listed accommodation. At any time, if a staff member is unsure as to how an accommodation should be provided, they should reach out to the case manager and gain input. An IEP meeting may need to be held if an accommodation is not provided or, based on data, is no longer needed. With a partner, review the listed accommodations and develop questions related to their implementation. Take about 10 minutes to share with your partner, and then take 5 minutes to share as a group. Why are we doing this work? The Principal Packet Memo, referenced above, asks buildings to ensure a time and date has been set aside, no later than November 30th, for all teachers in your building who work with students with disabilities to attend this mandatory 1-hour session. In this session, all teachers who work with students with disabilities will review, understand, and be clear on the accountability for implementation of IEP accommodations, as well as understand their role in the IEP development and monitoring process. Attendance and reflection data for this professional learning will be collected through Frontline. One license renewal point will be issued for this activity. In addition to this overview, specific support is only a click away. On the intranet, under Departments and Schools, click on Programs for Exceptional Children. You will see to the left a link to resources that support inclusive practices in specially designed instruction, or SDI, as well as a link to resources for a variety of behavioral supports. When teachers and administrators access the OPEC website and click on Inclusive Practices in Specially Designed Instruction, this is what they will see. Each hyperlink points to a module that was designed with reflection questions so that an administrator can assign portions to staff members and/or lead professional learning communities. The modules have been introduced to several stakeholder groups, including the Administrators Conference, league meetings, assistant principal mandatory trainings, new teacher orientation, school-based professional learning, and most recently, with teachers at a co-sponsored professional learning event. New for the 17-18 school year, we have added modules which focus on behavioral supports. When you click on behavioral supports, this is exactly what you will see. Again, each hyperlink is a separate module. In addition to the modules, each school has a host of resources from the PCSD, who is available to you in collaboration with your instructional specialist and coordinator from OPEC. Of course, your very own building administrator is also an excellent resource for you. This concludes the professional learning opportunity that was designed to ensure alignment across the division regarding the expectations and accountability for implementing IEPs for students with disabilities. At this time, the facilitator of this session will show you how to access the modules so you can complete the reflection activity. This will assist us in collecting data on the modules that are of most interest to staff members. The reflection activity will be completed in a Google Doc. Once the reflection has been completed, time will be allotted for questions and answers. Thank you for your attention to this professional learning opportunity. This webinar will be posted on the OPEC website for future use.